Now, the word old may be in our title, the old Fliers group, but we all feel young at heart, so that doesn't apply, does it? The late Mexican novelist Gabriel Garcia Marquez. See, I told you I knew a lot of stuff. He said, "We grow old when we stop falling in love." Falling in love with a new grandchild,
Down the stairs.
or the love of a sunset setting over Cable Beach in Broome, or the love of flying. Plenty to fall in love with. Never old, but young at heart. I like holidays, and especially love going on ocean cruises, and if that includes going to Hawaii, so much the better. And talking of which, I want to tell you about some chaps who sailed to Hawaii in a rather unconventional way. In the 1920s and 1930s, an aircraft known as the Naval Aircraft Factory PN. It was a series of open cockpit American flying boats developed from the Felixstowe F-5L flying boats of World War I. So this is fairly crude by today's standards. You can look up online and see how they developed the engines, the fuselage, over time with the various versions. The early prototypes were used in a number of long-distance flights over water. For instance, in 1925, a pair of PN-9 aircraft tried to fly 3,864 kilometres from San Francisco to Hawaii, planned to take 26 hours. That's if they had the forecast tailwinds. Alas, they didn't. The first PN-9 only flew 500 kilometres before alighting on water and was towed back to port. The second flew 3,000 kilometres before running out of fuel for an ocean landing. With no power, they had no radio. And like a lot of well-planned flights, they didn't take enough water or food to sustain them in case they needed to be rescued. Now what to do? No one knew they were there, but they were resourceful. They started to rip up the wings, took the fabric off and made crude sails. And I'm not making this up. And that improvised craft sailed 725 kilometres to within sight of Hawaii. And that's a cruise I wouldn't want to take. The pilot, Commander Rogers, on the result of that flight, was promoted to the position of Assistant Chief of the Navy's Bureau of Aeronautics. So you see, out of bad does come good.